Well, good morning, everybody. We're back on the trail. We're celebrating Isis today. This is her first hike since the beginning of the month, and we are happy to be out here, of course. But the conditions are like spring, March thaw. It's January, and I'm wearing my vest and a little fleece top, so it's a little tricky. I do have microspikes in my bag. I'd kind of not like to use them, mostly because I'd be taking them on and off an awful lot today. So we're at the Harris Center doing our favorite loop. I figured it would be a good quiet hike to get her back on the trail. And I'll be talking more about things as we go along. So we're going to enjoy the day. We're going to take you with us. I'm going to talk to you later. We passed the junction. We're on our way up to Skatutikee. I figured the best place to start is with my new piece of gear. And I'm kind of sorry that I have to carry this now. This is pepper spray. I'm done. I don't mind if you have an off-leash dog that's under control. I'm done with the uncontrollable ones. If I see one, I'm going to yell for you to leash your dog. If you do not, I will announce that I have pepper spray and I will use it. That's all there is to it. It's up to you guys. We're all out here enjoying the trails equally. But if I have to protect my dog, I will. I'm done. So, yay, new piece of gear. I actually have 3 of them. There's one on my keychain for my car. There's one that hangs on my pack, and I'll show you where it hangs in a minute. And then I have another one that my father bought me that I carry when I walk around the neighborhood because I do walk past that house. So yeah, I'm done. I'm looking after my dog now. All right, we're going to get hiking and I'll talk to you down the trail. Let's go. It's starting to get cloudy. It's supposed to rain later today, so we'll see just how much we do. And if we go up to Thumb, I want to check out and see how icy that steep section is. I guess I should clarify. I walked past the house where the 2 dogs are that attacked Isis because I can protect myself. I will never walk Isis past that house again. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to let it happen again. And that's all there is to it. So yes, I walk past the house. Isis does not. But I still carry my pepper spray with me because I don't want to deal with them any more than I want to deal with them with her again. So we are getting ever so close to the summit of Skatutikee. It's hot out. I really want to take this vest off, but then I know I'm going to get cold again. The trail's a mess. Lots and lots of blowdowns. So it's been a challenge today, but we're doing it, and we'll talk to you down the trail. That's the summit throne. Here we are, summit of Skatutikee. There's usually a great view. Not today. Isis, you did it. I'm so proud of you. It's been a heck of a month. So what happened that day? December 2nd, I had finished work. I was packing up my computer and stuff because I work from home a lot. And Isis needed to go out, I think because either the weather wasn't good in the morning or something like that. She wasn't satisfied. Either way, she wanted to go for a walk. So normally we walk away from the house down towards downtown, which takes us far away from the other house. And she decided she didn't want to go downtown, so she turned herself around, and my stomach dropped that day. But we went, because you never know if the dogs are going to be out or not. We've had trouble with them before, twice before, but I've been able to get her away. And as we approached, they were on the other side of the house, blind to us. And as we crossed by, they just shot out of the yard. There were 3 of them. 2 of them got her at either end. And I just remember screaming a lot of nasty things, telling them to get away. And then I basically jumped on top of her to try to scoop her up to get her away. All the while, one bit her hind leg. One had her by the shoulders, and my first immediate thought was, don't shake her, don't shake her. Because when dogs bite and they shake, that's when all the internal injuries happen. But I was able to scoop her up, but not before one actually got her mouth. And as he was going for the mouth, my hand was getting in the way. I got bit. Her mouth was full of blood. I was freaking out. I scooped her up. I was yelling and screaming and trying to get her back to the house, which was the longest walk of my life. One of the dogs followed us to the door. I got her on my 3-season porch. I put her down. I looked out the door, and there was the dog. So I hear people coming, so I'm going to tell the rest of this later. Bye. All right. Isis decided that she wants to go back to the car. We're not doing the loop, but we did make it up to Skatutikee, which was fine with us. The weather's kind of turning anyway. So where was I? Oh, yes. So we were on the 3-season porch. I had put her down. She was terrified. And that dog was not letting up. He wanted in the porch. So I banged on the door and I screamed. And then I brought her all the way in the house. At which point I called my mother because I knew that I needed to get her to the vet, and I knew it was going to be an emergency vet ride. And since I had finished my day, the car wasn't charged because I had gone out and done some home visits, so I didn't have enough charge to get to the vet. So I needed a ride. And my mother was the first person that popped in my head, naturally. And then I called 911. And I said, I don't know if this is appropriate, nor do I care, but my dog was just attacked by 2 German Shepherds in the neighborhood. And that set off everybody. I had the police. I had volunteer EMTs. I had the fire truck, the big fire truck, mind you, to bring me a Band-Aid for my hand. And statements were taken and processes were begun. So that was terrifying. And I got another blowdown. So hang on. You can look at Isis now while I talk. So my statement was taken. The dogs that attacked her were actually with the dog walker. She gave a statement. The owner eventually came home. He didn't really have a statement to give, but he was there. And I was eventually able to rush her off to the vet an hour away. So she ended up with stitches in her shoulders between the 2 front shoulders. A drain because it had started to kind of pool and abscess and, do its thing. And she had stitches in her hind leg. Thankfully, no problems with her mouth. That was just, like I said, it was a little cut. And no internal injuries because I saved my dog. If I had not jumped on top of her practically and picked her up, the dogs would have got a hold of her and they would have shaken her and they would have killed her. That is my belief. So I am so happy that this girl is still here. It could have been so much worse. It's still a nightmare, but for the most part it's over. You can see her hair is growing back very nicely. She's getting that the top coat first and then the undercoat fills in. So she's doing her thing. She did antibiotics. We got all the stitches and all the drain removed within like a week. And now here she is, excuse me, on her first hike. And I'm recovering from a cold that I finally got on Christmas from all the stress of the month. But today has been a good day. And I know I've been talking a lot, but I want her story to be known. Isis is taking a treat break. So, yeah, I'm dealing with homeowners insurance. And the dog walker's liability insurance was involved for a little while, but she was deemed not responsible because they signed a waiver that said they were completely responsible for anything that their dogs did. And what their dogs did was a big no-no. This is a polite way I can put it. It's a mess. So I'm currently stuck in holiday limbo, waiting to hear if this homeowner's insurance policy is going to cover her vet bill, which was close to $1,600. And I'm walking through a snowfield right now, trying not to fall, because the dog is pulling me on. I never want to go through this again. Ever. Mostly because, when you're in that situation and you're trying to help your dog and she whips her head around, screams as another dog is biting her, and you just see the look of terror in her face. It's just horrifying. And then when you get her into the vet and you put her on the gurney and you look at her face and you see that she's been crying. It's just heart-wrenching. And I want it to be done. I want it to be satisfactorily done. And I just want to move on. And moving on, part of it is telling the story. So there you have it. We're just wrapping things up. And then we're getting ready for Maryland. And I can't wait. And I'm so proud of this girl for doing this hike today. Even if the conditions are awful. All right, it's kind of icy. I'm going to put the camera away. I'll talk to you later. Hey, we made it. We're back at the car. It is melting really fast out there, and it's getting really gross. Conditions are just awful, so I'm glad we didn't do the loop. You know, I was just getting Isis out because she hasn't been out in so long, and I'm so proud of her. So we did it. We went up to Skatutikee. We had our first hike since the incident, and we're moving forward. We're looking forward to Maryland and more hiking up north. I got a couple of things I got to take care of in January, and then we'll get back to adventuring. So I really don't know when the next hike is going to be or where it's going to be, but as soon as we know, we'll take you along with us. I'm going to cough in a minute. I can't wait to get over this cold too. Yeah, so Happy New Year. Here's to 2023. May it be kind and may it be good. Because I think we all deserve a little good. So I'll talk to you all down the trail.